Dear Tim, we think we have made the bow that will blow your twig and berries off. Our team is working on a massive offer that we will send to your flip phone. Stay posted. Pro Staff.
Oh.
Hey, what are you doing?
Hey.
No.
Yes. Guys, it is Mathews launch day. I'm excited to get my grubby little mitts on this bow and talk through it with the professor of the bow wizard, MFJJ, with you guys. It's gonna be a great day. Mathews did a lot like this right here, and we'll dig right into it. From afar, that looks like a pretty similar bow, but they did a lot. I wanna show you some things that are really important to me. They added a tuning feature to the outside. And the way this works is you pull the screw out right here. There's a little cover screw, and then you're actually moving the whole limb side to side. That's amazing. So even a guy like me should be able to tune this thing without a press. And we're gonna try that today. This is the Mathews Lift X. Any guesses that was gonna be the name? Here's something very interesting. We have a brand new Mathews partnered with Ultraview to make a mini version of the slider. I'm calling it a mini version because it's compact. Bond, short for James Bond, I'm not sure. We have new grips. These are accessories to the bow. You got to buy them extra, but grip options. That's great. That's great.
There's one other major thing, and it's something that I've been nagging about since the dawn of this riser cutout design, which is halon forward.
Were you nagging because you're high maintenance?
Apparently, I'm a bit of a bougie bitch.
So it was rubbing right.
It was rubbing right here on my thumb.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, they cut this and recessed it down from where it was. This came down quite a bit and square edged over. And so when you put your weight on it and your hand tried to slide up, it would rest right on the aluminum. And when you fired your bow's going to turn a little bit and it would scrape the skin off my hand.
Now, is this because you have oversized knuckles, or did other people experience that too?
I got this at about 50% of people who bought a bow. That's a lot to ignore it. And when I was back in their factory, I had a conversation with the head engineer guy, and my sales rep thought I pissed him off. But I was like, this is idiotic. Why in the world don't you just cut some of that metal off? And voila. I guess the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Yeah, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. We're gonna immediately fire some arrows out of this thing, check the tune. Our friend Josh is the tuning wizard, but today he's gonna have to be, and we're gonna see if it's so easy that.
See if you can fumble your way through it.
See if it's
without any help.
See if it's so easy that a redneck can do it.
Oh, there you go.
That's me. Yeah, let's shoot it.
It's pretty easy. I think you'll be fine.
You think I'll get it?
Well, if it gets worse, you go the other way. How hard is that?
That's what I said. I have a patented 50-50 system.
That's right.
50% you go one way, 50% you go the other way.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
And we'll figure it out.
Yeah. There you go. 69.6, 4.5 at the lattice.
Sweet. Mathews Lift X 29.5. My first shot out of it, so I want to tell you how I think it feels. Let's go. .29-inch draw length. Josh, what's your favorite part about this Lift X? What do you like?
I love the tuning feature. That's been my biggest gripe with them for a long time. Their bows were on the difficult side to get wheeling just right. They weren't terrible until this last year, which is part of why I made those top hats. It's a way improved system, and honestly, if I had a lift, I'd want a Lift X. But I also like working on my own bow. If you don't care about working on your own bow, you don't want the tweaky feature, then not really a drastic difference, other than if you have a bigger hand. Then that grip cut's going to be really, really appealing because it is uncomfortable.
I've bounced around, shot a few different bows, and right out of the gate, as I'm pulling this, it's smooth all the way back, and it's a little stiffer in the front. It's just a little stiffer here, and then it rolls over nice. If it feels like it might be a few pounds heavier, it typically means that's a faster bow. Did it blow your twig and berries off fast?
It wasn't the fastest bow I tested, but it was pretty darn fast.
It's right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it doesn't feel like the harshest. It doesn't feel harsh.
It isn't.
I like the draw sight. I think it's the type of thing where you shot a few arrows through it, you're going to get used to it. This will definitely be an option for next year. I'm so excited they added the tuning features. I think that's huge. It's huge for me. I want to be able to work on my bow without having to press it. Not that I don't love coming down here and seeing these guys, but it's just nice to be able to move it back and forth. It really is. And the fact that Mathews did it in their own way with this, great job. I'm excited to see how this thing holds up as people use it more, test it more, hammer some arrows through it. Look at this thing. It looks like Ultraview took what they did, packaged it into something smaller, tighter in partnership with Mathews. Let's do this. All of a sudden we have firm clicks. That's very nice. Josh is a longtime Mathews dealer. Let's talk about that real quick. What do you like about that sight?
It's everything a Western bow hunter would want. And the only real downside to it is price. But you are getting a much nicer sight than the original Ultraview, and the battery compartment is a rechargeable battery as opposed to replaceable batteries, which would also typically be more expensive, and more common pin configurations, like a 3-pin, 5-pin, as opposed to a 4 with a weird up pin in it. Not to downplay that or anything like that. It's just a more common thing that you're going to find, and a way better leveling system. Like I said, this is a sight a Western hunter would buy. Now, it doesn't mean an Eastern hunter wouldn't, but in general, this is designed for distance beyond what the average guy would normally look at. So it's a precision piece of equipment.
Price, dun dun dun.
$700.
700 smackaronis.
Yeah.
Okay.
They ain't shy.
Yeah. Yeah. Josh and I popped this rest on, and I wanted to shoot it through paper and see where we sit.
A little bit point left, or knock right, depending on how you choose to flow.
Bow Wizard, how do you think my draw length looks at 29 with this bow?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it looks nice.
Yeah, it feels good. String angle doesn't feel weird. I know some people think about string angle when they're going to a shorter limb bow. And honestly, I've shot longer bows these last couple years, particularly the ones I've hunted with. I'm definitely putting the short bow thought back into the program because I like if it's compact and you can shoot it well. It makes a lot of sense to hunt with.
Probably at least 3/4 inch. This is the part where I'm not supposed to say anything.
Yeah.
Welcome to Tim's Tuning School. 50-50 system, learning on the fly. I will remove the cover screw from both top and bottom limb adjustments and go one full rotation clockwise on both cam. Go back to the paper and see if the 50-50 gamble paid off.
So this is interesting because I'm completely in the dark and Josh pretty much knows what's going to happen. But I'm just going to shoot this and we're going to see what it did to our tear.
I'm just going to close my eyes and pray to God.
Yeah, exactly.
Please don't blow up. Please don't blow up. And that's what I thought was going to happen.
Okay.
We call that a gasher.
So this is perfect. I went from...
This is a horror film.
Yeah.
This wasn't so bad. That's Nightmare on Elm Street.
I went from 3/4 of an inch to maybe two and a half.
At least 2, yeah.
For reference, that gives you a pretty good idea what you can do with one turn, which is a lot. It's not often that you have to move a tear that far. Is that true or false, Josh? That what I just said?
Affirmative.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm allowed to talk now?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that was right.
Now that you are fully enrolled in Tim's Tuning School, we are 50-50 program. We got it wrong the first time. So I'm going to come back a full crank, counterclockwise. Crank and a half will do. That might overdo it. I don't know. We'll see. I got a funny look from Josh. He's not supposed to say anything, but I got a funny look. So counterclockwise, one full turn. Are you a fan of overturning or underturning? You're not supposed to talk. I'm going to go...
I'm not supposed to do anything.
I'm going to go counterclockwise another half a turn. Counterclockwise, another half a turn. After the full turn. Now, Josh, are you always a fan of moving the bolts in tandem?
In a perfect world, you would set these equal to each other to begin with, and that's hard to say if that's been done from the factory or not, or how they're choosing to set them. My preference is to pull the bow back to full draw and point the cams at each other equally. allows the load transfer from left to right to be equaled out at draw, because the distance from here to here and the distance from here to here is different. So the amount of pressure that sits on this one is different than the amount of pressure that sits on that one. That's why you can't set them exactly identical to each other to begin with. But if you set it that way to begin with, and you know they're aligned at draw, then I do move them equally in or out. Tim's Tuning School and Horror Show.
Yeah.
It's a slasher film.
All right, here we go.
Sweeter than Yoo-hoo.
So that's not too bad for Tim's Tuning School. That's a three-arrow. That's a three-arrow TJ.
I don't think
and in the business that stands for tune job.
I don't know if that. I don't know if you get to give credit to Tim's Tuning School as opposed to a product that works really fast.
Yeah. That, my friends, is a three-arrow TJ, and we will go right to the speed test. So we're going to set this up and get you guys a speed test. Here we go. Freedom. How good does it feel to be an American citizen right now, by the way? Feels pretty good. Also, for your reference, I'm going to shoot my Elite Ethos first, so you get a baseline for speed, and then I'm going to shoot the Mathews Lift X. Elite Ethos, speed test, 425 grain arrow, 29-inch draw. .283.2. Mathews Lift X speed test. Mathews Lift X 29.5, speed test 29 inches, draw 70 pounds. That's fast. That's ultra fast. That is ultra fast. I'm gonna shoot one or two more just to make sure that wasn't bugged and we get an average. I can't get out over my skis yet here, but if it's 20 feet per second faster, that's amazing. "17 feet per second faster. That's blowing my twig and berries off. Clear off. One more just to confirm it's not black magic here or some type of sorcery. Even Steven, 300. So that's 303, 299, 300, average about 301. That's very fast. That speed blew my socks off quite literally. You could look at my feet, sockless. Sockless Joe Jackson, don't have them. The good, the bad, and the ugly. The last couple of years it was hard for me to consider Mathews seriously because they were harder to tune because of the spacer system. For me, not for a shop guy, not for a person that has a press, not for a pro. It's just harder to tune for me, and I wanted to be able to tinker on my bow easily. Them adding the tuning system puts them right back in the mix. I'm really glad to see they thought more about the grip. I didn't get to test them all today, but the fact that there's more options and better options, I like that. Not everything is sugar and lollipops though, and to be real with you, there's a couple things that make it harder for me to consider a Mathews. You have anything to say for yourself? You know how pizza or chili is sometimes better the next day? Well, my head is clear. I've had some time to let my thoughts marinate. And admittedly, I have not had this feeling deep down in my plums about a Mathews in a good long while. There's a couple key ticket items that I hope we see from Mathews in the future. Darton this year came out with that easy timing adjustment feature. Bowtech has an easy timing adjustment feature. It would be nice if we could add Mathews to that list and they had an easy timing feature. Also, 1/4-inch draw length adjustments. And for both the consumer and the pro shop, I hope that doesn't mean twice as many mods. There has to be a way to get 1/4-inch draw length adjustments without twice as many mods. These are just a couple considerations after I've let my thoughts marinate for a little while. Also, I just wanted to take a second to say I appreciate you guys supporting my weird little videos. It means a lot to me. Let's get back to the video. And how about the mustache? The base price of the bow is around $1,300 if you just buy the bow. That said, if you want to kit it out completely, top to bottom, Mathews new bow sight, Mathews front and back stabilizers, Mathews rest, Mathews everything top to bottom, your total is going to be around $3,500. We tallied that up the other day on the podcast. It's where Josh and I sit down and bullshit about all this stuff at length. I will have that link down below. And if you want to check out a full, complete breakdown, all the stuff, all the wizardry, all the measurements, Josh at Podium Archer does that on his channel. So I will have that link down below as well. For me, this bow is a serious contender for 2025, largely because of the tuning features, largely because of how it feels drawing back. It feels good. It's a little stiffer in the front, but all the way back it is smooth. It's a bow I can consider shooting and shooting a lot of. That being said, at the end of the day, go test for yourself. Go to your local shop, test for yourself, see what fancies your fit, what fits your fancy. Everyone has different hunting styles, and for that reason, we should all consider using different tools. Now, one shameless plug, if you wanted to consider saving some money on some stuff, one great way to do it is to get yourself some more budget stabilizers. Josh's stabilizers at Podium Archer are great. I ran them on my bow all last year, and discount code TIMC will help save you some money on those. If you want to buy some accessories, save some money, help support the cause, I appreciate you. I'm going to sign off today. I'm leaving this video feeling excited about what Mathews did with this bow. If you're testing, I would certainly put it in your lineup of bows to test. Go into your test with an open mind and see what works best for you. I'll catch you back for the next one. Hello. Good to hear from you. I've been waiting for your call. Yeah, no small talk. Let's cut straight to the deal. How many packs of Bush Light a month were you offering? I have friends, you know. They party too. Ribeyes? Yeah. Burgers? Bacon? None of that turkey bacon bullshit though. My last sponsor tried to skimp me with that. Yeah, I lost 20 pounds the first month on that shit. Well, if we need to get your manager on the call, that's what we have to do. We'll have a three-way. Yeah. Three-way, yeah. Three-way soon. I want a final offer then. Okay.